Don't whistle into the mic. Sorry about that. There we go. We in there. Alright, now we just wait for people to join. So, I want to talk about stuff, and in order to do that, I need a game where I can turn my brain off. So that's why we're just going to be doing some time trials, you know? Just forget which ones I've done. So, we'll just go through and hold that up. So I want to talk about too many games, which I just came back from. Okay, so it's Monday, and too many games is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For me, at least, because I got the pass. Heck yeah. So, hold on. How about we just do like one map, see if anyone comes in, and then oh, I forgot to tell Gavin. Oh well, he'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll do one race, wait for people to come in, and then I'll start talking. What? Just ram your stupid face into that. Wait, hold up. I forgot, I have mushrooms. I always forget I have mushrooms in these things. Yeah, this isn't really going to be optimal play or anything. Like, optimal play would be going for these coins, because coins increase your top speed, etc., but whatever. I mean, there's not much to talk about yet. I'll get on it. Whoa. This time I actually have like a cleaner. Oh, I missed those coins. Oh well. Yeah, I have a cleaner shot of that. Alright. Time trials. The coins don't come back. Oh wow, I thought I flew right over that. Oh my god. Oh wow, I thought I drifted the wrong way too. What if I like went up here, grabbed these coins, which I should have done earlier. See, like coins, I usually underplay them. I mean, they're pretty important, especially in time trials and like world records and stuff like that. You can really get your mileage out of them. That wasn't that good. Where's baby Luigi? Did I not race a ghost? Did I just do a solo race? Does that mean I had to do this again? I think that means I have to do this again. God damn it. Oh, there's Gavin. Well, this doesn't. Does this count? I don't think this counts as beating the ghost. Right? So I guess. Quit? Quit, maybe? Is it gonna boot me back to the main title screen? Yeah, okay. Okay. Anyways, too many games. It was a time. Basically, I spent all of it with people. No, where's the ghost? Okay, I spent it with a bunch of people from Bunch of Fuckers, which is the Discord I'm in, and it was a good time. I don't really know where to start though. Let me get in a race first. How about that? Because trying to talk, did I really do all this? Gonna have to scoot over into 200cc by the end of this stream. Holy moly. I definitely did this one, right? Yeah, because I was checking shortcuts. I don't know why. Like, hold on. Like, why are these ghosts aligned like this? I don't know. We did Starshine Airport, right? Yeah. We did Dolphin Shoals, right? We didn't. No, not a solo race. Race against a ghost. A ghost. But okay. I spent too many games with a bunch of fuckers, and there were like 12 people there. I don't know if I could list them all off. I don't know why I'm feeling out of breath, but it was pretty fun. I don't know. I said there I only had one regret on Twitter, and I think that's not necessarily true. I have plenty of regrets. So let's start from day one. Day one. I drove to the place, and it wasn't that bad because driving to the convention center is like a few turns in like an area I know, and then just like a 12-mile straight shot, or 10 miles I think. And then getting back home from there is like you just go down the turnpike for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. It's pretty alright. actually. Except for the last day where I messed that up. But, just gotta remember I have mushrooms. But yeah, the drive there was pretty alright. I kind of, like, was stressing about it, along with, like, all the driving. We did a lot of driving, I think. Like, like, get breakfast, not breakfast, but, like, lunch. Sometimes dinner. We didn't do that on the first day, though, because we had, like, a winter kind of thing going. And, like, driving around an area you're unfamiliar with, you know, relying on a GPS, and you don't have, like, a little thing to, latch your, what's it on? It's kind of, like, worrisome, you know? So I was, like, really stressing out about the driving there. So this, why is this ghost beating me? What the hell? I thought these were supposed to be, like, really easy. This isn't good. Okay, but yeah, after that, we went to the convention center, finally met up in, like, the Smash area. Figuring people out was kind of a thing. I feel like even now I, like, couldn't, well, that's not true. I could connect people, but, like, at the time I just, like, pretty much only knew who Pat was because of his shirt. And I figured, you know, I figured that would happen with me. So I have, like, 2 shirts that are Whisper, and you might have seen in the group photo that has his name, and I have 2 of those shirts. So I wore them for day 1 and day 2, and then for day 3 I, you know, did laundry, so I put on another one. So I had that same shirt all 3 days, and then I had the Santa hat. So I figured it was pretty obvious to make out who I was based on the whole Whisper avatar thing, and also the whole Santa hat thing. I don't know, I think it worked out. And then plus I have this webcam thing going. Oh, it's also David. How about that? This isn't gonna be pro play or anything. I'm just talking about too many games. Hold on. Now we gotta figure this shit out again. Oh my god, how many of these things did I do? I thought I only did like 5 of them. Like, I never actually finished them. Oh my god. I have to fucking, like, switch to something else. Wait, did I check Rainbow Road already? Yep, okay. Ah, there's one. But yeah, the thing about the Santa hat is, like, my hair looks so bad. Like, I like to have it gelled like this so I don't look like, you know, a moron who doesn't have a good haircut or something. But, like, I gelled it the first day because I figured it would work. It would show the gelled hair, and then the Santa hat would be above it. But then the Santa hat ended up ruining it a lot, so it just looked like I had gross, sweaty hair just peeking out from the Santa hat, and it was so bad. And they're like, oh, Chris, your hair looked fine. I don't think it looked fine. Day 2 was a little bit better because I didn't gel it. But of course, it's like hot in that convention center, and it was hot for, like, all 3 of those days, especially the first 2. So, like, I won't say there wasn't, like, some sweat there as well, so that looked kind of gross. And then day 3, I'm like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put all my hair, I'm gonna pull the Santa hat up, right? So, like, none of my hair is showing. It'll cover a good amount of my forehead. And I think that worked out. I think I actually looked decent on day 3. So that's good. But yeah, as for... Oh my god, this game. As for, like, what I bought on day 1... I posted it on Twitter. I actually only bought everything on day 1 and then 2 PS2 games. But yeah, day 1 was, the poster, which I put up, and also showed that off on Twitter. It's nice. It's a nice, colorful poster that I can see from my computer, so... It's, you know, it's good to have. And then, I got that Piranha Plant Perler thing in the pot. It's like the Paper Mario Piranha Plant. I'm a fan of that. What else? Right, of course, the big one. The PS2 and the, PS2 Slim, I should say. And then Ribbit King for the PS2. And then all the accessories for the PS2 as well, like the controller and the cables and not the memory card. That's coming on Amazon. I realized that a little too late, actually. But it's fine. So yeah, now, you know, normally I would rely on Gavin for, like, Ribbit King PS2 stuff since he has it. I figured, like, I don't know how many differences are between the EU version and not, and also it's nice to have some of the control. And also, I mean, I can't say I'm a fan of Rivet King without having the fucking, having the PS2 version, blah, blah, blah. So it's just easier. And plus, I missed the entire PS2 era of games. And, like, the PS3 era, and I'm missing the PS4 era. So, oops. So it's like, I think it's a worthy purchase. And then I'll, like, of course, I have too many games to play. But, for the most part, it's just good to have a PS2 in case I ever want to play some of the classics. Like, there's, like, Ratchet and Clank and God of War and stuff that I'm, like, semi-interested in. Like, I don't know if I'll like any of them. You know me. But it's good to have the option open. Next, I need, like, a PS3. There are a lot of games on the PS3 that have interested me, but my PS3 broke. So, something about the glue inside it came loose, so it just wouldn't turn on. It would start to turn on, and then it would go, like you would hear the fan go on, the light would go on, and then it would just go, and then just stop. So I looked up, you know, PS3s on Amazon. Those are, like, actually pretty expensive. I got the PS2 Slim for $60, which seemed reasonable, since for everything I wanted to buy, I looked it up on Amazon first, just to make sure, like, I wasn't getting ripped off or something, since Comic-Con, they, like, overpriced a lot of things back then. Too Many Games is actually a lot better about that, I think. Like, they seem to have the, they seem to have the fucking prices on lockdown. Since they were, like, close enough to Amazon, like, I think the PS2 on Amazon was, like, $50. 45 to $50. And that was, like, the fat PS2. And apparently the PS2 Slim is better. I didn't even know that. I got the PS2 Slim because it's smaller. And I don't have a lot of space. Well, I mean, I do have a lot of space in my room, but I don't have a lot of space in this area where I put all the video game stuff. So that's nice. Like, the PS1 used to be on the ground. Well, not on the ground, like, on top of wires on the ground, which is, you know, you shouldn't have that. But yeah, now the PS1's snug in the thing, and I can probably make room for the PS2 as well. It's just a mess. Alright, I have mushrooms. Forgot about that. Oh. So now I have a PS2, and that was like $60, right? So that's only $10 more for a Slim. That's probably, like, what I would have to pay for anyways. I paid more for the Japanese PS1, and that felt like an alright purchase, and I only ever intend to play one game on that thing, so that's fine. The problem is I don't really have a job anymore, because all the dogs who I regularly walked had owners that were teachers, and school ended last week. So just suddenly I have a job, so I was trying to be a bit frugal with my money. Otherwise I would have spent, like, all $500 or whatever I have, and then just say, yeah, I'll make it back in the next few weeks, whatever. So that was a factor. What else did I get? Didn't I get something else? No, I didn't. Case in point, you know, I wanted to buy a lot of things, but I didn't. At least not too many things. Oh yeah, there's a lot of chat. I've been kind of letting that go. Let me just finish this race. And actually, all I bought, like, day 3, which was yesterday, I think, right? Everyone decided to go to the marketplace again, which is good, because I wanted to look around for specific PS2 games that I watched someone play forever ago that interested me. And it was Monocamia and Artanelico. And you probably never heard of those games at all. I wouldn't be surprised. But I actually did find both of them. I don't know if anyone was there at Too Many Games. That one big booth in the back with the posters and the plastic thing and, like, all that shit. They had Monocamia. And then another booth that I couldn't tell you where it was had Artanelico. But there's a catch. There's a catch. So Monocamia, I looked on Amazon. That was like... I forget which one was 20 and which one was 30, but I think Monocamia was like, maybe Monocamia was the $30 one. I picked that up for $30, and I'm like, you know what, that's fine. Like, it's close enough, right? And then Artanelico, you guys have no idea. There are a lot of booths at Too Many Games that are just bins and like cases and shit of just any and all games. Like, of course they sort the consoles. So, like, I would try to find the PS2 section. and then I would go through the PS2 section, and I think only one booth at the entire thing had them in alphabetical order. So I was just like scanning for probably cumulatively a few hours for just this one stupid game, and I actually did find it, but it was a rather expensive version because it was the one with like, it has like the art book and stuff like that, and it was wrapped, and I'm like, ugh. It's like I could buy it on Amazon for like 30 bucks, or I could buy this really expensive one right here, right now, and it's all nice and wrapped and like never opened. It has the art book and everything, and I'm like, but I'm not really invested in the series. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just buy it. You know, I don't know. I lived through Comic-Con. I lived through buying, you know, shitty things at Comic-Con. I could live through this. I'm fairly certain I'll like this game though, so it might not be not worth it. By all accounts, it's a pretty good singing, or it's a pretty good series. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Okay, I pressed the pause button. Hold up. Let's scroll up. Better make, yeah, I had Gavin make a giant list of PS2 games, and then I was like, you know, like I have so many games, like I still have to stream Nier and shit, so I'm like, I'll keep the list on the back burner for when I want to do PS2 games, and that's fair enough. Like there are games like, you know, Sly Cooper and all that I wanted to do, Jack and Daxter even, but I'm like, you know what, those games can wait. They're not priority games, so. I mean, I know God of War, and I'm like, you know, let's just try it, right? Like that's kind of the state I'm in. Yeah, it like a lot of things there were reasonably priced. It was surprising actually. You could, oh, I figured you could haggle prices down. Like I was gonna try to do that with there's stuff on Amazon, right? Like the prices. And if I found something I wanted and I saw on Amazon, I could be like, this is on Amazon for like 30 bucks. Can you like bump it down 10 bucks? But I never saw anything like that. They were all reasonably priced. And I'm like, you know what? If it's like $5 more, I'll pay for the convenience of just having it now, right? It's all about the con. Let's see. Yeah, and I saw art, like, I think both games are like, yeah, full-on series. So, we'll see. If I like the first one, I might just go for the other ones. The problem is, like, aren't those games, like, on PS2? Or, sorry, PS3? I don't have a PS3. So that would be kind of a problem, huh? Oh, he's doing badly. Yeah, that was pretty much on the con front. Well, that's not true. There was, like, this... There was, like... okay, hold on. Let's start with... the layout, I guess. Like it was just like, it was more or less just this big room of fucking all the vendors, like just tables and booths and all that shit set up. And that was called the marketplace, but that was pretty much the entire thing. But then there was like this offshoot room. It was like this kind of big long room and had a bunch of like arcade games and like DDR, and there were TVs with things like Worms and like some robot fighter shit and like Puyo Puyo I saw. Like games like that, Mario Paint, and that was pretty cool. But really, most of us just like hung out in the Smash area, and you know, people played Melee, and I'm like, I'm not interested in playing Melee at all, even if it's casually. That game is so fucking terrible casually. So we played some Smash 4 though. That was fun. Some like random people came by. I kind of like didn't like that. Kind of for the same reason I don't like playing Smash Bros online at all. I don't know. I feel like, you know, everyone's better than me, and then they kind of like would rub it in or something, and I just want to fuck around with my friends, you know? Like, Gameboo and I, like several times we did the double Wario strat where you just spam the bikes. Like that's fun, and that we actually beat several randos with that, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, I'm like, I feel like I can only play Yoshi fluently. Only Yoshi fluently. I say I like to play Sonic, but like I can't play Sonic fluently. I just do shit, right? So I was like, but I don't want to just play Yoshi. I want to fuck around with Pac-Man. I want to fuck around with Sonic. I want to fuck around. I never played Robin. But yeah, so like, playing with friends was fun. Playing with randos was kind of like, But one funny thing is like, with that and with Mario Party on the last night, I feel like some people might think that I play up my emotions on stream when I get like really excited or really angry, but like, I don't know, I think everyone there can vouch. I did that a lot there too, probably to some people's annoyance, but like, I don't know, I'm just easily excitable, I guess. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, that was fun. Playing Smash 4 was fun. I'm still, I don't know, it feels good. It felt good to beat people with Yoshi though. And like, Jesus Christ, sometimes I would do sick ass combos. It's like, where did those come from? Did I intend to do that, or did that just kind of happen? I don't know, I'm kind of proud. Anyways, it works. So I don't even know how to use mushrooms here. I'll be straight with you. They're like 7 laps. But hey, I remember they existed, so we have that. I don't think it matters, like fucking baby Mario. What else was there? Right, the panels? I said like I didn't have many regrets. I had a lot of panels that I missed that I wanted to watch. Like there was actually a panel on the first day that was like if you're interested or new to Dragon Quest, we'll like, you know, show you the ropes and all that. And I'm like, dude, I want to play Dragon Quest. Well, because it's Dragon Quest, you know, it's a popular series, but also because of PS Fortune Street, obviously. So I'm like, I want to go to that. Didn't go to that. The only panels I went to were the panels everyone else wanted to go to. So I mean, that's kind of a problem. But it's like they were like Q&A panels, and I was doing a lot of Street Pass, So I'm like, well, I could, like, while I'm waiting for you guys, I could sit at a wall and do nothing, or I could sit in the panels, even the shitty ones like Gaijin Goomba and whatever, and then listen in while doing Street Pass, which I did. That was fine, but like, I'm just like, let's see, there was the Mario Kart 8 tournament, which I didn't participate in because I didn't know how to sign up, and I felt like I had no concept of time in too many games. Absolutely no concept of time. There was no way in hell I would have remembered to join that, I think. But I didn't know where to sign up. If I knew where to sign up, I think there might have been a chance, but alas. Since I don't know, I'm not the best, but who knows? Are there really people there who are like really good at Mario Kart 8? Like probably, but I could probably hold my own, and with tilt controls. That would be the best part. I just want to show people that I can do well with tilt controls. Even if I'm not the best, if I could hold my own with tilt controls, I've already memed them. I memed them. That's it. It's over for them. So, I'm a fan of that. I'm not a fan of this stage, though. Cheese Man fucking sucks. This is actually probably the worst stage in the game. Let's see, what other panels? Oh, you're right. I'm going out of order. On the last day, there was the Game Explain panel, and that was their first ever panel, and I really like Game Explain. I listened to their discussions, like podcasts and all that, and watched their videos and all that, and I like Derek. So it would have been nice to attend that. However, like one of the people who was from the UK needed to be picked up, and everyone was waiting outside, and I figured it would be like, the plan was we would go back to the convention just so he could be picked up, and then we just leave again. We stayed there for like the entire panel. I could have gone into the panel and watched it while everyone else waited. Oh my god, I was feeling some type of way about that, but of course I mentioned this on Twitter. I'm like way too modest. I'm not really one to suggest things, so I wasn't gonna suggest that I would do that. And then like, what if he was picked up in the middle of the panel? Like, then what? I don't know. Let's see, what else was there? What other panel was there? There was, I guess, the not Mike Matei. I'm mixing him up. Eggman's voice. Who is he? Why am I forgetting his name? He had a Q&A. Mike Pollock. That's it. That's why I messed that up. I wanted to go to that, but I mean, I think that's online. I'll probably watch that later. I posted the whole schedule in the Discord, but I don't think I posted the schedule, like my proposed schedule, the things only I was interested in, on Twitter. I emailed it to myself. But I don't know, there were a lot of panels that I missed. In fact, I only went to the 3 panels. The Duke Nukem voice guy, who I wasn't going to go to initially, but that was actually a pretty funny panel. He was a cool dude. There was the Gaijin Gooba panel for the memeing, which, you know, whatever. I did the street passes then. And then there were the... What was the other panel? Oh, right, Vine Sauce, which I don't watch Vine Sauce. And I'm like, well, you know, Street Pass. They're pretty alright people, I guess. There was that one girl who was like really into Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm like, okay, we get it. But of course I don't know these people, so whatever. Those were the only ones, and I had like none of them on my docket and missed everything on my docket. So not like, you know, everyone else at the convention was dragging me down, but no, we went to the Gungeon Gooba one. It was fine. Will there be OJ today? I wanted to stream OJ once I got back because of the event. And actually I noticed that Robot Faker, or Joe, on Twitter started playing OJ right as I was starting to go live, and I'm like, tempting, but now I decided that it would be better to have Mario Kart 8 to talk about too many games, because I wanted to talk about it, and also turn my brain off. And I think in OJ I can't really entirely turn my brain off, if that makes any sense. Like, there are things to react to, there are things to worry about. In this game, it's like, especially with the time trials, it's just, you drive, it's all muscle memory and all that. So, I don't know, I do want to get to OJ with that event, since I gotta get those sunglasses or whatever the fuck the cosmetics are. But, and also help unlock the treasure chests or something. I don't know anything about this event at all. So, I was at too many games, I had no time to look. Like, I would get home, stay up for a few hours, and then usually I prefer to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I would get 7 at most, because I would like stay up to catch up on Twitter, and then like go to bed, and then wake up, shower immediately, which I never do because my body hates that for some reason, and then head off to the convention center. And I'm dead. Oh my god, the coins disappear, what the hell? But yeah, oh, I'm butt. Yeah, those were like the panels, so that was a thing. My pee shyness, that's a weird thing to bring up, huh? Came up once, but it has a thing, because everyone was like standing around, and I'm like, I really gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, there was this huge line. I don't know, some people weren't using the stalls, so I have to assume that I'm not the only one. Actually, there was only one stall, no, there were 2 stalls and 1 urinal, and people didn't use the urinal, I mean. So I'm like, well, I gotta go. So I gotta go literally and to the bathroom. So I decided, all right, let's try the stall, you know? And then I couldn't do it. I don't know why. I can't do it. So then I went back outside. I'm like, well, still gotta pee. Wasted a bunch of time, whatever. Everyone was gone. Everyone was gone. And I look on Discord, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to this Chick-fil-A that's like 7 miles away. And I'm like, why? Okay, so fucking, I drive to the Chick-fil-A, and that was one hell of a thing. It took me on some weird back roads. There was the school bus just like waiting there for some reason. That creeped me the hell out. And then I wasn't on the pressure pad for one light, so I waited on that for 5 minutes. That was great. So I went to the bathroom immediately at Chick-fil-A, got my shit, food, whatever, we're good. Also, I packed all my lunches, more or less. So that's good. We went to Wawa that one night, though, so... Whoop, there we go. Yeah, I mean, as far as, like, eating goes, I was fine. Except for, like, the last night. But whatever. Phone battery, for the most part, was pretty alright. I brought 2 portable chargers, just in case. And just charged whenever I had free time, and there was the whole Street Pass thing. I was juggling a lot of stuff, because there was, like, interacting with everyone, and then there was charging the phone, and then there was doing the Street Pass, and I wanted to check Twitter sometimes, too. It's like, there's too much stuff going on. I want to look at stuff in the vendors, find the fucking Artanelco piece of shit, but... yeah, it was... The convention itself is pretty alright. Like, I'm completely fine with going next year, especially now that I know how easy the drive is. Up and back, assuming I leave at, like, late at night when there are no cars on the road. That's fine. If there are, like, cars on the fucking highway, turnpike, whatever we call it, then I'm, like, done. Fuck, it's too stressful, man. Driving is too stressful, man. The whole GPS shit. I'm like, everyone was like, so yeah, we're gonna go out to lunch and we're gonna drive here, and I'm just like silently like, sure there's like nothing in the convention center, and there wasn't anything in the convention center, and it all made sense. But I was like, oh, here we go with the driving again, and then people would come with me, and I'm like, I felt like I was super humiliating myself with driving. There were some times where I was just really bad. Like, I would almost like, especially with the parking, I would almost like drive into someone, then I would have to back up and try to drive in again. It wouldn't be enough, so I had to back up again and drive in. Oh my god. Parking was so bad, and there were people there, and they were like waiting. I think the music was fine though. I had a fine music selection, nothing embarrassing, no shitty YouTube poop music videos, so that's fine. I did mention this on Twitter briefly, kind of. I didn't want to like sound like I was drawing attention to it or something, but like and you know, here I'm like very talkative, and even just online in general, and even just on mics, like in Discord we have the voice calls called like voice hells. Oh geez, that camera was not good. And I think sometimes whenever I'm there I'm pretty talkative and all that, but like when I was there with everyone, I like rarely talked. I don't know, I felt like I was, oh Jesus, felt like I was gonna like, every time I like made a joke I would be like too annoying, or like, I don't know. And then it's like, when you're online, you can just like log off or something, or block someone. I don't think too many, I think only Ellis has ever like blocked me. I'm not entirely sure though. And he unblocked me well, not recently, but since. So that's fine. But like, you know, you could just log off and all that. Like, they were stuck with me. So I was like, I don't want to be annoying and then have them be stuck with me. So I just kind of like, I was very picky and choosy with what I said, and I didn't say a whole lot. Especially like around Mike. I don't know. Mike's a normal dude, and he was a nice dude. Like, you know, Mike Panutz, he's a streamer. He, you know, partner, all that shit. We're all fans of him, and we like hung out with him for, I don't know, like an hour, right, at the convention center. That was cool. And then that's where the group picture was. And then he actually came to the hotel room where we were all hanging out, and stayed for a few hours and like played Jackbox, and then he did it again the next night, and it was like completely normal. And but still I'm just like, I don't want to be too awkward. Oh, actually, speaking of things I bought, I completely forgot. I got Mike because, like, I don't know, him coming over there was like, I wanted to get him something anyways, and then also him coming over there was really cool. So I spent like $60 on 2 framed picture things. Like, one of them was you know, pearlers, like the little pearls, and then they make pixel art out of it. Pearlers of the ice climbers, because, well, one, I'm Christmas, right? I wanted to make it kind of relevant to me and then kind of relevant to him. So like, he's been streaming Mario and Luigi, and he had the idea of like, what if it was the ice climbers instead? I think it was a good idea. And you know, it's kind of a meme where everyone who says it's a good idea actually thinks it's a bad idea. I thought it was a good idea, so I'm like, that's a perfect thing. Pick that up. And then there was this like 3D-ish kind of framed thing where like there was like Donkey Kong and Diddy, and some of the backgrounds, which were actually like foregrounds, like the trees would like look popped out, and then, you know, there were varying layers, and I'm like, well, Mike loves Donkey Kong, so it's perfect. So I got that for him as well. So I figured that was good. And I still have an alright amount of money. I'll make it. My mom's actually like on a trip, and she usually leaves emergency money. So I'm probably just gonna like, you know, use all that. That's fine. I was gonna ask her to like maybe pay for the gas that I used for too many games anyways. Actually, there was the second night, since I knew the route, like how straightforward it was, there were times where I was like pushing 100 miles per hour, and I'm like, this is great. I got home in like 20 minutes. From all the way from fucking Oaks. And I looked at the gas, and I think, you know, I have to assume that going that fast is not that good for your gas, because I apparently ate a lot of it there. So I'm like, okay, let's be a little more moderate. Actually, on the last night, that was terrible. I didn't go the usual route where it was straight away. I thought it would take me on the usual route if I went another way. It said similar ETA, so I took that other one. It put me on a complete other different kind of highway, and then I missed an exit. Okay, it was like exit 113, right? There's exit 113A and exit 113B. I didn't know there were 2 of them. Like, I don't know how that works. So I was like already going on A, and then while the lady on Google Maps was talking to me, and she's like, you know, go to exit 113, and by the time I'm already like committed in A, I just hear the letter B, and then I look at the sign, I see that it's the letter A, and then I look over a bit, and I look at the other sign that says exit 113, and it says B, and I'm like, oh no, my life's over. Because if you make a wrong turn on a highway, usually it's like, you know, you're going straight. You can't like just like go around a block and then turn around. You have to like drive for several miles before you can get off at an exit and then turn around. And that's exactly what happened. I had to do it for 2 miles. There's some roads, like some of those highways on routes around my house, where you have to go for like 5 miles before you can even get on a good exit to turn around. So I was like scared as hell about that, but I made it home, and I was like, it's the last day of TMG, so I'm already like kind of flooded with weird emotions there, and then I'm like scared about the whole driving shit. So it's like, please, I just need a break. I thought someone was gonna have to, since like my cousins were staying over, like someone was gonna have to stay in my room, and I'm like, I can't have that, please. But no one was, so that's good. Let's see. I felt like we accidentally left you. Oh, I didn't even know someone else got left behind there. Like, no one said anything. No one added me. I'm like, all right. You know, figure the dude in the Christmas hat with the car would be kind of like memorable. I'm jesting. Or am I? Let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're good. Where do I even use these mushrooms? I don't know. Like, where do I... There are no, like, shortcuts on this stupid stage. Oh, whatever. What else is there? I don't know. Oh, yeah, the Jackbox was fun. I actually didn't join in the games. I'm not really a fan of TKO, because it takes so fucking long. Like, there's so much downtime, and then there's, like, this psychological thing. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, TKO is this Jackbox game where you draw several drawings, and then you write several captions, and then like you're given some drawings and some captions, and you have to pair them up, and then the best one, and then those are like pitted against each other, and everyone votes for the best one. But like, of course, to get all those drawings, you have to, you know, you have to spend time drawing, and then the captions are a lot less, but like, are a lot less time, but still time. Like, I have like 3 drawings or something. I'm like, 3 drawing phases. I mean, I'm like. You know, I'm not a fan of that, especially on streams. It's just not a very good stream game. And Mike said he was going to stream it, which should be fun, but, like, at the same time, I don't know. So I kind of, like, sat out for those. I'm not very, you know, and also I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if anything I do will be too interesting or funny. I was going to draw, like, an eyebrows guy, and then Uwe. I was going to draw Uwe if I ever got in. I didn't really get in, though. I was gonna try to get in on the last one, but then it seemed like there were people who wanted to get in, so I'm like, I could just be the audience again, whatever. And then we played, what was it? Oh yeah, the Faker one. That one was interesting. I was actually pretty good at finding out the Faker on that one. So like, if I was actually playing, I think I could have swayed the thing. The reason I couldn't really say anything is because it tells you when the audience is right. So sometimes I would be the only person in the audience, or there would only be another person in the audience, and it would say like 100% or 50% of the audience caught the Faker. So I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't convince people that, you know, someone was the Faker unless I was actually playing. But I didn't want to be the Faker. That would be too much. I was like too anxious about that. So that kind of, like, if it was guaranteed that I would never be the Faker, which would be impossible, I would have played, and I think I would have rocked that. And then, that was what we played for the most part. Like, last night, I think we played, Quiplash? Or was that the night before? We played Quiplash. I love Quiplash. So I joined in on that one, since I understand that one, and I am actually, like, a fan of it. And, well, I lost really badly. I don't know. I think I just read the atmosphere incorrectly. If there was another round of Quiplash, I think I would have been able to do a bit better. But as it stands, or as it stood in that one round, I guess I didn't know everyone well enough or something. I tried, like, with TKO, you know, usually people just look at the picture and then the caption and then they go, oh, that's funny. Meanwhile, I was like, sure, I was thinking of that, but at the same time, I was thinking like, would this actually look good on a t-shirt, right? So I would have that into play, and I don't think anyone else had that in play, which was like a little frustrating in a way, but you know, it's just like people having fun, and everything was funny. So, but I'm really like, really got to downplay that whole frustrating thing. It's just like, I don't know, some things just didn't deserve to win. I thought I would never really, like, you could buy the t-shirts, but I don't think I would ever wear anything on that, even though people are like, yeah, I'd buy it. I'm like, it'd be funny, but like I would never actually wear it, I think, in public. But yeah, with Quiplash, I kind of had the same thing. Like, I think everyone was voting for the real shitposty answers. Meanwhile, I had more like kind of tame answers, I guess. Not like boring, but like one of them was like something you would, did I even lose the elephant one? It's like something you would make fun of a zoo elephant, like something you would say to make fun of a zoo elephant. So I'm like, more like elephant, hey. I don't even remember what the other one was. I don't even remember if I won that. I don't think I did though, with how bad I lost. And then there was the it was the fucking, I'm trying to think and play games I'm losing actually. How about that? Because that one fuck up in the beginning. Well, what was it? Oh right, it's like the worst place to sleep. And on the Discord there was this whole thing about oh, I could have actually won that. I forgot the mushrooms. There was this whole thing on Discord about like who would be sleeping in the beds and who would be sleeping on the floor. So I'm like, oh, I could say the hotel floor, and then I put in parentheses, thanks guys, to be like, maybe throw people off, to be like one of the people who was in a hotel room where they had to sleep on the floor. I figured that was pretty funny. But then someone else said Mike's hotel room. And I'm like, well, they name dropped Mike. That's like an easy win, right? So I lost that one. And then there was like this Comic Lash, and we all know the Comic Lashes suck. But it's like this dude. It's like, what were you thinking when you made the winning slam dunk? And I said Space Jam remixes, because you know, basketball and you know, stuck in your head kind of thing. And no one, you know, everyone gets 3 votes. No one voted for that one. I didn't think that should have won, but you know, we got a few votes. So, you know, if we played Quiplash again, I think I would be a bit more shitposty, and like, I don't know, I think I would cheat. Like, I consider name dropping like Mike or anyone there a cheat. I would cheat. Get easy votes. But alas, that never came to be. Instead, we played TKO again, and you know, everyone had to pack, and TKO takes so long, so we only got to play 1 game of that on the last night. I'm glad we didn't play Trivia Murder Party though. I fucking hate that one. That one was so bad. I wish we played Guespionage. Like, I know Guespionage isn't as good without a big chat demographic to like take from, since it just takes like actual demographics from like everyone all over the world. Whereas with the chat demographic, you can kind of be like, okay, well, how much of chat would like only wash their sheets 4 times a day or something? Or sorry, what am I saying? How much of chat would only wash their sheets like once a month? Stuff like that instead of like the general public. But I think it would have been nice to show it off to Mike, who's never, you know, seen Jackbox, because he has a pretty big chat. I don't think he's gonna play that one though, because we never really showed it off to him. So that's another regret I have. But I wasn't gonna say anything. You know, everyone was in the majority of like, let's play TKO. And I was like, I think I silently once said, we should play Guespionage, like, just to play it. And then I don't think anyone heard it or listened. So, I don't know, I'm sounding really sour about it. I'm sorry if I am. I think it's just nice to, you know, just like say these things though. The reality of the situation. The Burn in Hell Sands one was actually really good. Like, that was so good. There was like the drawing of sands, and then the caption was "Burn in Hell," and it's like it's sands, and he looked all like smug and evil, and he had the flame eye, and it was actually a good drawing. That one was good. I actually, there was one caption called "Pee Your Pants" and it was like a bird with a gun with the picture, and I was like, I thought of it as like the bird like holding a gun up to your head and saying, "You better pee your pants, you piece of shit." In reality, the "Pee Your Pants" was from that one shadow, like there was that one giant ass shadow poster on the building. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that image and it just says "Pee Your Pants." I completely forgot about that. I'm assuming that's where that was from. Finally, one we can race. Yeah, I think like other than like not really going to the panels, not really going to the panels I wanted to go to, like, you know, not ballsing up and doing that. Maybe buying Arts and Helico, we'll see. I don't know how much of a bad financial situation I might be in until I like find a way to make money again. But let's see, what else? The driving was bad, but that was inevitable. I mean, at the same time, it was great I was there, because we had what, 3 cars and like 12 people or whatever. People would have to take Ubers and shit, and that would be so confusing and terrible. So even with my kind of like embarrassing driving, I kind of feel like I pulled some weight there, which is good. Even though I hated the driving. But the, you know, I was like trying to get people to like give me the directions, and then I'm like, well, wait, hold on, this might not actually work out. So like I would sometimes take it, and I'm like, I don't know. I drew with John. He was or bad usernames. He was from Europe or whatever. I don't know if that was a good idea. I mean, not like he was a bad passenger. I'm like, I don't know if I was the best fit. I don't know. Maybe I'm worrying about it too much. See, you know, over there in Northern Ireland, where Gavin also hails from, they drive on the other side of the road. I don't know. I don't know if I handled that rather gracefully enough. Oh yeah, there was what else? I was talking about like regrets. Oh right, we never played Ribbit King. We played one round of Mario Party 5 in the Bowser stage, Bowser's Nightmare. I'm glad no one got in the fuck octagon, which was rather sad, but we got Bowser taking a walk so many times. It was great. It was so good. We got it like 6 times, I think, in one game of 20 turns. I'm happy about that. Of course, I did so badly in Mario Party. I didn't really, you know, show it off, but I was like getting a bit salty because I figured like I'm not this bad at video games, am I? I was so bad at Mario Party. Like really bad. I think I won like two mini games. And then one of the people there, Locke, he's like, you know, everyone knows him as like the really nice guy. I actually didn't think he would be like so nice that he like didn't want to screw over people in Mario Party. That came as a surprise to me. I'm like, no one here is gonna judge you for trying to win in Mario Party. Just use the chain chomp on him. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I do kind of wish that, you know, we stayed around a bit more, because I wanted to play Ribbit King. That was something we never did. We never played Ribbit King at all. I was like, you know, Mario Party is more universally whatever, but like, I don't know. I was like, you know, I'd really love to play Ribbit King. We never did. I think you know what? There's a regret. I didn't bring my Wii because, you know, one of the people there had a Wii, right? And I'm like I'd have to bring in my backpack, and it could get damaged. And it could get damaged by the heat if I leave it in the car. So I'm like, you know what? We can just have the Wii that's already there. Well, turns out he didn't bring it with him. So what happened was and you know what? He was like, I'm driving like, you know, for 4 hours. Chris, you drive to this hotel room. And Pat was there, thankfully. So like, that was all right. And it was actually like, okay, hold on. It was a straight road. It was 9 miles. I had to drive 9 miles up and back to their hotel room. And then on our way back, we get a call. It's like, hey, can you pick up pizza 3 miles from the hotel? And I'm like, no. Like, look, I understand you know, you want to save all your driving energy for tomorrow, but like, I'm not going to pick up a fucking pizza after driving 9 miles to your hotel, which you know where it is, and I don't, to pick up your Wii, which you should have brought initially, so that we would have more time to play games on the Wii, so we could get some Ribbit King in. But whatever. I actually thought we were gonna, I forgot about the whole packing thing. I thought we were gonna be playing games until midnight again. So that kind of threw me for a loop, but I'm like, it makes sense. And I was kind of afraid about driving home earlier than 10 or 11. Wait, did I drive home at 10? I think I drove home at like 10. No. Did I? I guess 11 and 12, I was afraid of driving back at, because I figured there would be cars on the highway, and then, you know, that of course puts me at more of a risk of getting in an accident or something. So I was like, everyone's like saying goodbye and whatever, and I'm like saying goodbye, and I'm like, man, it's the end of TMG. And then I'm on top of that, I'm also stressing about the drive back, because like, what if there's going to be a lot of traffic? Like, what if it's not late enough? But I already talked how there weren't that many cars on the road, but I did get lost, so. I didn't get lost, I had Google Maps, but still. That was one heck of a night, but you know, last night I could actually like, I stayed up until like 3 or whatever, so that felt nice, and then I'm like, I can sleep as long as I want, so that felt nice. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like TMG was real fun. It was great. There was no day where I like regretted going. Oh, you can see the trails there. Really no time where I was like, I don't want to be here. Well, that's not true. Everyone was like, let's go bowling. And I'm like, do we need to go bowling? I'd rather just go back to the hotel room and, you know, play video games and be comfy. We have so many video games we could play. Like, you know, it'd be nice to have some variety in playing the video games. But everyone's like, let's go bowling. And I'm like, well, bowling's like kind of dumb. And everyone's like, okay, we're going bowling. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll follow. I guess I'll follow. I didn't have to go, I guess. Like, I wasn't driving anyone. But it's like, well, why would I pass up an opportunity to spend more time with people? And bowling could be fun. I just would rather have played video games in a comfy hotel room instead of, you know, driving down more roads that I didn't know. And that road was especially windy. Oh my god. And then after bowling, everyone's like, let's go to Chipotle. I'm like, okay. I don't eat Chipotle. I've never eaten Chipotle before, but like, I'm sure I'd be fine with it. You know, I like Mexican food enough. I could get a burrito. The thing was, it was in the King of Prussia Mall, I think. So, if you don't know the King of Prussia Mall, it's a huge mall. There are so many roads and parking lots. So many roads. There are roads to parking garages. It's all windy as hell. It doesn't just go around the mall. There's some that go like in the mall. There's some that go out back to the main roads. Oh my god, that was so stressful just trying to find the Chipotle, because it wasn't a face store, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a store that like you could see from the outside. Like there was a Dick's Sporting Goods you could see from the outside, there was like a Macy's you could see from the outside. The Chipotle was inside the thing. So Pat and I were driving around looking for the Chipotle, and you know, it said it was, like Google Maps said it was in the center of the building. But we didn't know it was in like a food court inside the thing and we could park anywhere. And then it turned out the mall was closing, the Chipotle was closed. So I'm like stressing about driving all around this thing, like driving all around this labyrinthian thing, hoping I don't go back on the main road, accidentally get on a highway and then have to drive 2 miles before I can U-turn back. And then on the way out, there were like six fire trucks and police cars were everywhere on the way out, and it was traffic jammed, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get hit by a car or something. The fire trucks were blocking the road. That was the worst. That was like probably the worst. And then I went back into the hotel room, and I did that really loud voice I do where I'm like, that was great, it was great, and then everyone's like, whoa Chris, whoa. That no one understood how terrible that was for me. Shedding some light on that right now. But yeah, I mean, the driving's necessary, you know. I just brought a packed lunch, so I guess it wasn't as dire to me. Of course, people gotta eat. And no one else is gonna have a packed lunch. They aren't driving from home where they have a refrigerator and everything with all the food in it. I understand, I don't know, I'm just saying the driving is so... I just hate driving in general, and then driving where I don't know where I am, along with people being idiots, it's like, okay. I'm gonna die. There were a lot of times where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna, like, something terrible is gonna befall me on this trip. I think that was like every trip I went on, except for the ones where it was like really close. Like that Wawa and the Wendy's were really close. You just had to like drive down this road and then like do a left, or sorry, a right and then an immediate left or something. And I was like, okay, I can do this. But everything else, I was like, I'm gonna get lost. I'm gonna, you know, hit someone, especially when someone else is in the car. That's why there were some opportunities where I drove by myself, and I'm like, this is like the comfiest I've been, because I felt like I could make mistakes and then, you know, not feel like a fucking complete dumbass. I would feel like a dumbass, of course, but not a complete dumbass with everyone else like seeing that I made the mistake. Plus, I like toned the music down. Usually I like blast the music, the video game music, but I didn't want to, you know, damage everyone else's ears or something, so I like turned it down a bit, and that made it harder to hear the directions. Oh God, I don't know, and it's really weird because I'm talking about all the bad things now, and I feel like, oh, hello, pig fat. But yeah, I feel like I'm talking about a lot of negative things about the con, and then I feel like while I was at the con, I never really like said too many positive things, but like, I assure you, it was great. It was great. Besides the driving, it was great, you know? So, I don't know, like while I'm there and everyone's like tweeting about how it was such a great time or whatever, and I'm like, I was liking tweets and all that, but I don't know, I don't know, I'm just weird, I guess, when it comes to that stuff. And it's not just with like, you know, too many game stuff. I'm like with everything, where I just like, I don't know, I really don't know how to describe it. Oh God, nice driving, nice. See, this is why I was worried. This is what I was worried was going to happen. I don't know. Like, pleasantries aren't really my strong suit, I guess. Which I guess is bad, because then it kind of makes me look like an asshole or something, right? I want to get in people's way and all that. So like I would stand up when like my feet were killing me. But that's fine. Honestly, I sit down for most of the day anyways. It was probably a good thing. And then like if I really needed to sit down, then I would take a seat, but you know, it's all about being nice, you know? I don't know, I felt like I had a low T. That's like pretty much probably my biggest regret, I guess. There were some jokes or some things I wanted to say, and then I just didn't, because I figured it would be better, and then stuff happened, and then I'm like, oh, I should have said that thing, because then I'm just sitting there kind of like in silence as everyone else is making jokes with Mike, or like just making jokes with each other. Oh, this is new. Like, I never see this. What the hell? I'm like, you know, I could say a few things, but I don't know. I think I'm overplaying that aspect. I don't know. I don't know if I was that bad. I mean, people could say, Chris, you weren't that bad, but like, I don't know. Like, there were some people on Twitter where I made the comment about my hair looking terrible, and they're like, your hair didn't look bad, or like, your hair looked bad, and I'm like, guys, you can say it. It's the truth. But I don't know, maybe they genuinely think that. Alright, then we're gonna have to do 200cc, and that's gonna be a problem. But it's weird, because I like, the wrong side of the road freak him out at all? I don't think so. I think he was fine. Well, maybe he was freaked out. He didn't say anything about it, though. I think he said it was weird when we brought it up. Let's read the comments. The chat. Let's see. I forget whose name Tell us his name. I forget what I was talking about then. Whoops. Anyone deserved to be salty? It was Dingle. I don't know. I don't know how he drove, I guess. Yeah, bowling was a thing. Like I hurt my rib cage from swinging the ball. It wasn't that bad though. Like I didn't actually like hit it with a bowling ball. It's just swinging the ball. The action of that just hurt after doing it so many times. And it was funny. We paid for like 2 games. We took up 2 hours and we paid for 2 games each. And then like not even 1/4 through the first game, everyone was like, you know, we were thinking about leaving. Do you want to just leave? And I'm like, I mean, I could play like the remainder of the thing. Like you guys paid for it and everything, but hey, I'll leave. That was before the Chipotle shit. Look, Mario's ahead, but like, don't let him fool you. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh, that mushroom did nothing too. I felt like I don't know if I should say this. Is Dingle in chat? Is Connor in chat? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know if Connor takes a shine to me or not. That's not even a pun, I promise. Maybe that was just me being paranoid or something. Or maybe that's just how he is, and then I just was too sensitive to it, you know? I don't think we talked that much either. Fuck, I'm bad. Oh my god, there's no way I can win this. Let's just restart that one. That was so bad, I'm sorry. It was actually really cool seeing everyone though. Like it took a while to get all the names down, but I think by the end I actually had it. Actually, like, I didn't know who Dan was for a long time. Dan, Tim, whoever, you know. But I think he only like came for 1 day or something, and he kind of like showed up, and I was like still in the process of learning names and all that. So I guess that's understandable. But I didn't want to ask anyone because like it was by that point it was day 2, right? So it's like you should know everyone's name by now. I'm not. So I was looking out for like clues and hints about like if someone would say his name, and then I would pick it up. I did that a lot on the first day actually. Like for a time I was mixing up Sloth and Locke, but I think that's because Pat introduced Sloth as Locke for the first time, accidentally or something. Oh, okay. I see that boost pad wasn't interested anymore. But I eventually sorted that out. Because I'm like, you know, Locke's the one with locks on his face. And that was Sloth. Sloth was the one who wore the Sloth shirts though, so it wasn't that confusing. I figured it out eventually. Did Dylan fall off of the fucking road? Come on, Dylan. Oh, I could use that other one. Oh well. I'm not the best at the moment. The fuck was that shortcut with the mushroom? You don't even need to use a mushroom for that shortcut. I just used it because I hit the thing and I figured I wouldn't make it. Oh, well, that was an accident. That's the worst one I've done all day, and I accidentally uploaded it. Here, hold on, I want to show off that shortcut without the mushroom. I think I can do it. And then there's an even bigger shortcut like that at that same area on 200cc that I don't entirely know how to do. I think I should be able to do it with Wario. I actually wonder how many of these shortcuts you can like viably do with the, you know, shitty little weight characters. When are we getting something more than pink sparks? Yeah, it was neat meeting people. Like I really didn't expect Pat to look like that. Like tall with long hair. I saw him in the Nago shirt and I'm like, wait, is this right? Also, that was kind of like the same thing with Game Boo. The tallness and the long hair, I wasn't expecting that. Wait, I used the mushroom! It's over! No, I have to show it. I have to show it. I'm sorry. Yeah, like once again, by the end, it's like, my brain was like, everyone looks like this? It makes sense. And now, when I'm talking in the Discord, I'm just gonna see people's faces as they're talking, and it's gonna be kind of neat and kind of weird, I guess. I was actually considering just like forgoing the whisper thing and making my avatar like my face. I don't know, maybe not. Because I did that on like way back in the day on the Ace Fortress 2 forums. It's still my avatar on there, I think. I had like this white beard and then the Santa hat. I don't know, I wouldn't feel weird with it. This isn't hard! I'm talking about too many games, that's it. Don't tell Pat, but when I first saw him, I thought they looked like the kind of guy who would run a Sonic forum. I have a comment. I'm just not gonna say it though. Oh wait, you know you can't say that. You can't just say you aren't gonna say a comment, right? Whatever. Connor, for some reason like Connor didn't throw me off as much. Like his voice just kind of fit him, you know what I'm saying? And then of course he was like the one playing melee, like super intensely. So I guess my brain kind of also made that connection. Oh wait, I did the thing, didn't I? So I don't have to do this anymore. I could try 200cc. Maybe. Why not? How long until the NLSS? Like an hour? That's fine. You guys have to keep me honest though with the NLSS. So wait, how do I change it? There we go. So if I hit X. So apparently these are like really hard. Like you have to actually, you know, be good and actually pay attention. On top of the fact that's 200cc. I don't know, will 200cc how well I do. Yeah. Like gold Mario, like get the fuck out of here. Are all of them gold Mario with the gold shit? Get out of here with that crap. Whoops. Actually, this is 200cc. I don't even need to use that one shortcut. If I do the flight correctly, which on toe controls is a reach. Oh, promise you, you can do that. You could probably do that better without toe controls. There's another thing like that. Oh, the Dolphin Shoals one, where you like really have to twist your arm for that if you're using toe controls. Hit the brakes. I feel like I need to say more positive things, because a lot of it was just like, you know, whoops, I held it down, I guess. Well, we'll see if I can still win. I'm doubting it though. I don't know if I was necessarily negative a lot of this stream. I think it's just nice to be honest though, right? Like, oh, did I win? By like probably a point, like 0.1 seconds, right? Holy moly. 0.07 seconds. What the fuck? Why even have a track? You just fly over it all. Once again, these weren't made for 200cc. Where do I even use a mushroom on this one? Like for real. Since you can hop over, you know, the one shortcut I took earlier in the stream, you can hop over that, and that's apparently faster than going around. So like, I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll just use it in the flying stretch with the flight segment and get the most out of my flight speed. I don't know. Wow! Whoops, missed that. Oh well. Missing all the coins, but whatever. Oh, 200cc isn't that weird. Oh, that wasn't good. See, I should have just had faith, because you do slow down in that, right? Like, it's not going to be flawlessly hop through and you maintain all your speed. You're still going to slow down, but it's not as slow. It's like probably just marginally faster than the other one. So like, just, you know, tee up, my friend. I mean, yeah, I was thinking like, well, what else can I comment on? Like, I kind of wanted to play Fortune Street, right? But like, Fortune Street takes like one game takes like 2 hours. I don't think that would have worked. You know, I think Fortune Street's fun when you play it, but like, there were so many people in the room and there was only one TV and one console. And I don't know if people would really stand to watch Fortune Street for that long. Maybe just to learn what it is. I think, you know, I don't know. I mean, not with the allotted time we had, but if we had more time, I think I probably could have swung it. Maybe. Step point TKO again. But, I'm making like TKO out to be like a villain. It's not a bad game. Trivia Murder Party, though, you know, not a fan of that one. Mike might stream Jackbox. I wonder how he's gonna do that. The sum of chat. I just barely lost because I used none of the mushrooms. Oh my god. I forgot about the mushrooms again. What the hell? Yeah, I don't really know. There have to be more. There has to be more to say, right? I mean, there has to be. I'm just not thinking of it. Browsing the shops was pretty cool, though. Even if I was like stressing about money. Oh my god. Fuck you, obstacles. You don't need to be there. Yeah, I mean, if everyone wants to go next year, I mean, even if no one else goes, I would probably go for a day. Like, even if it was like literally just me going, like I knew no one else who was going, I would probably, and like there were no, you know, internet people like Derek and, you know, like Big the Cat's voice actor, like no panels I was interested in. I would probably still go for like one day. The drive is easy enough, and you know, the environment's neat, and let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to like, oh my god, I'm trying to play this and talk at the same time. It's a problem when it's actually difficult and you can't make mistakes. See, I think the thing is like, everyone who went this year is probably like really likely to go next year. Like they probably like already have it down in their books. And then more people on top of that. Like the people who missed it and are hearing how fun it was and all that are like, well, now that I know it's a thing, now that I know when it is, and now that I know that everyone's going, I have plenty of time to put that in my itinerary and prepare for it and save up money for it and all that. So there are probably going to be even more people. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, let's not fuck that up this time. But yeah, I think if it was just me, I would still go. That's how fun it was, I guess. Just on its own merits, and then add on everyone else. It's like, you got a good time going. I didn't buy every copy of Ribbit King there though. Like I said I was gonna do, because of course I have to save up money. But I actually was looking around for Ribbit King just in case. I wasn't looking too hard because I was only looking at the PS2 games for the most part. and Ribbit King is a PS2 game, and there were no other Ribbit King PS2 games there, at least that I saw. So that's the thing. But I only saw one other Ribbit King GameCube game. There were two. That was it. That's all I saw, at least. Right, there we go. Using the mushrooms, we win. Which like kind of surprised me, you know. There are a lot of normie games, like, you know, Mario Kart 64, Super Mario 64, you know, all that. But like, I think like there were also a lot of just games that you wouldn't know existed or were like low down on the thing. Like I'm like surprised I found both Monocamia and Arts and Elko at all. But another part of me feels like, you know, there should be a lot of rare games here as well. And I would consider Ribbit King a rare game. Game Grumps coverage be damned, you know. I don't think too many people own or even know about that game. I should reverse that. Since, you know, less people would own it than they would know about it. But you get the idea. I think you can actually... No. I was gonna say, maybe, you know what? Maybe that is faster. It feels slow, but maybe it is actually faster than going around the turn and hitting the brake and all that. Didn't do the trick. That means I lose. I was actually kind of surprised, like, how little games we played. Like, we played, like, probably like 30 minutes of Mario Kart 8. I'm gonna actually like do this though, right? Like do the trick, boop, speed. That works. I don't know the meta. Yeah, I was actually kind of hoping we would play Puyo Puyo Tetris as well. Because the idea, I didn't want to bring it up because it's only 4 players. Even though the rounds are short and we could have very easily switched off controllers and all that. Like I don't know, I think people were just more into the like Jackbox and Mario Kart 8 because everyone could play them. But yeah, like no Ribbit King, no Puyo Tetris. And I never played that game of Saldom with Pat. I made a joke about, you know, playing Pat and Saldom, and I never did it either. But there's always next year. And also there's always net play. Let's see. Might be able to rent a house? What the heck? Is that a thing around the convention? Gavin, you should come over to America. There are too many games. I'm telling you, it's gotta happen eventually. A special copy of Star Fox for the SNES for 1,400. Wasn't there like, there were like these games that I've never heard of. One of them was like winter based, I guess, but I forget the name. And they were like $1,500 and shit like that. And I'm like, the hell? Who's bringing that money? Who's bringing that kind of money here? Unless they're like actually looking for it. Alright, let's see. What's next? Oh, worst stage. Okay. Just kidding. Cheeseland is the worst stage, even if it has, you know, good music. And this one has terrible music. I'm hoping, like, next year, I mean, I believe it or not, I did actually, like, save up money for, too many games. Like, I try not to spend things. Which is, I guess I kind of, like, forgot about the whole you aren't gonna have a job anymore thing. So that's why I was suddenly surprised when I'm like, I can't spend as much money as I want. It was inevitable, but it, you know, I was surprised it actually happened. Right, I'm gonna have to use these mushrooms somewhere. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, use them here. You don't have to, though. Like, look at that. That's so much faster. Maybe I'll just like use them here. Well, this is the second lap, you know, use it to recover, I guess. I can beat this dude. Oh, Jesus Christ, I took that turn a little too wide. You know, there aren't... Normally I don't take that because I'm afraid of items. But, there are, like, no items here. Wow, Jesus Christ, it's actually, like, better to just not use the mushroom there at all. So I might lose, okay. Fuck. Whoa! Jesus Christ! That's a lot of flying. Alright, we gotta take it. Alright. Remember how I'm like, I don't like to take that shortcut because I don't know how to do it. Well, I mean, those are like collectors, you know, that's... well, I guess that shit is there for the collectors though, right? Like, no normal, like, no one's expecting any normal person to buy it. But I like, you know, it makes sense for collectors to go to too many games, right? It's just literally just a giant room filled with bins and bins of any and all video games. It's like, the hell? What the hell? I think going for the trick would actually be slower. Believe it or not, it is slower. What? It's like, who would collect that game? I've never even heard of it. You know, you hear the Golden Zelda thing or whatever, it's like, okay, well, who cares? But also, people do care. And I saw a lot of those, like, golden NES cartridges, and I'm like, yeah, it's a thing. Don't really get it, but it's a thing. Let's just use the mushroom here, you know, like, why not here too, you know? Is there like a thing that, like a downdraft there? Because I used a mushroom there and I still only went the same distance that time. That's weird. Anyways, Chris wins. These 200cc ghosts aren't that hard. That I figured I had to be entirely flawless. I've been having lots of flaws here. Though, you know, the fact that I've had to reset a few times, I guess that means something, right? One person with Tharsia 776. I'm assuming that's like a game like mine where I'm obsessively looking for it. And that's the thing, I kind of felt like, you know, I would feel weird just saying, oh, let's go off in the marketplace. Like, I want to go off in the marketplace to look for games or whatever. And then, like, people would probably suddenly, like, change position or, like, want to go somewhere. And then either not say on Discord or, like, forget. What am I saying? Oh, it's juiced. I think it's actually pronounced, like, youst or something, right? I used to know because one of the Ronimo devs has that same exact name. Alright. Alright. I forget everything. I remember that one training stream? I forget everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there was like this one booth with a bunch of like weeb shit. Like, you know, plushies and like Figmas and all that jazz. There actually, I was in the market for a Nendoroid if there was a like one I wanted, but there weren't any I wanted. There were a lot of like Mario and Luigi ones and like, you know, Marth, but I'm like, I don't want any of that. Alright, I'm getting mind flooded. But there was, in that booth, there was this Miku figure for 40 bucks, and I'm like, well, I remember Mike having that story about like having the Miku bumper sticker on his car. It would be kind of funny to get that for him, and then like be like, hey, here you go, you weeb. But then I decided I should look around more because like I mentioned before with the Ice Climbers thing, I wanted it to be a bit more, you know, personal to me, so like he would remember, oh yeah, Christmas got that. And the Ice Climbers really did fit that bill, and then the Donkey Kong was just kind of an extra thing. 'Cause I'm like, I've spent a lot of money on Mike before, I could spend it again. Especially that, like, I can't overstate how surprised I was that Mike actually did it. Like, I figured, because, you know, Mike said he's the kind, like, I don't think he would think he was, like, too famous for it, but Mike said he was the kind of guy who, like, is, like, pretty shy and stuff. So, like, going into a room just filled with people who, you know, watch his streams would probably be, like, too weird for him, and I figured he would pass out on it. He actually, like we caught him at the convention, which was kind of expected, but then he actually, like, came to the room, and I'm like, holy shit, it hung out, it was real fun. It was incredible. I still can't get over that. Which is, it's weird to say. I wanted to say something like that on Twitter, but then I figured that would sound too weird. It would sound like, you know, oh Mike, I adore you, you know, like I put you above me, even though that's not the case. But I actually, like, looked at that tweet for like 5 minutes trying to think of how to word it so that it wouldn't sound like that, and I couldn't do it. So I'm just like, let's just move on. I have a lot of Twitter to catch up on anyways. Too much goddamn art. Oh, right. I never actually did this. Whoops. I didn't really feel bad about dropping extra money. I don't know if you need to play this game again, though. Like, I really don't know if you need to play this game again. I'm kind of, like, part of me is glad I didn't do the Mario Kart 8 tournament, because I felt like I would have gotten, like, actually mad. Since I hate those people. There's so many people in the, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people who are good at this game are, like, very, like, full of themselves. You know? Maybe it's just Rocky in the Mike's tournaments that always rubs me the wrong way, but like, I don't know, there's someone in Razefire's tournaments who, like, always wins, and I'm just like, you know, he's probably, maybe that's just me though, I don't know. I just, like, really hate I really hate when people aren't humble, you know? Jesus, I can't do this. For some reason, I can't do this one. I don't know why. Maybe the first shortcut is actually faster. Because I took that second shortcut and she was still, like, a pretty far distance ahead of me. Which is weird. She's Pink Gold Peach. Actually, I forget if her stats got tweaked compared to Wario's. Going Nito probably into the second DD. DD quest? What's DD? Oh, right, that thing. Okay. King DD. I don't know if there's too much to talk about, though. Maybe, I don't know. I'm like, maybe I could switch over to orange juice for 30 minutes. Yeah, Chris. Or just end the stream. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to say, like, all my actual thoughts on too many games. Because, I don't know, I feel like there's stories there. It's just good to say things. It's not like, you know, I'm, like, putting people on blast or anything. But I don't know, maybe like people might have thought, I don't know, like maybe people actually like did think like, you know, Chris was like weirdly silent or like weirdly absorbed in his 3DS. I was listening. I was listening when I was doing the Street Pass things, don't worry. My hearing isn't very good though, I guess. Like sometimes during the con, like the loud music and everyone talking, like I couldn't hear like Pat or someone who was like just right across from me. So maybe that was the thing. You know what? I don't like this course. I don't like the shortcuts on this course. Yeah, I mean, maybe it could shed some light on like why I you know, randomly wandered off somewhere, or why I was quiet, or why I was doing the street pass thing. Like, you guys don't understand. Hold up. Okay, you guys don't understand how important getting all the puzzle pieces is to me. Like, that's so cool. I didn't think I would do it that early. And then there's so many fucking street pass games. I'm just like, what the hell? There, like, oh my god, I want to play like Market Crashers and like the slot car one, and there's a third one that I didn't put in the vault until too many games. But like, those games are like, they take a while, and they're very like, you have to focus on them. So like, I wouldn't be able to listen to people. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Okay, hold on. I wouldn't be able to like listen to people, and like if I need to look up to see something, or like, you know, walk through a crowd, I wouldn't be able to do that because like, you have to be absorbed in the game, and if you look away, then you're like gonna probably fail or something. Wow, I'm butt. Okay. So I ignored those games. The fishing game, which I'm like pretty, well, I don't know how to say this, like pretty invested in, I guess. Like, oh my god! Oh, do you guys see that? That's spooky. I don't like that. But like, I'm invested in it because I've played a lot of it before. There was a point where I'm just like, I can't play this shit anymore. Like, it's all based on colors. Like, you get bait based on a specific color, and then only certain fish like certain bait. So you needed specific colors, and then even if you had the colors, there was a chance that you wouldn't get the fish you needed to move on. Wow, that was great. Wow, this is great. Wow. So I'm like, you know what, like, this game, it takes too long. You know, you do have to pay attention for when to reel the fish in. And fuck me. So I'm just like, alright, we're not gonna play that one anymore either, unless I like have spare time. In fact, I probably still have like 90 street passes buffered up. I can tell this stage isn't gonna go well. Yeah, for the most part, I was like just going through the street passes, and I was like, everyone's like ready to leave, and I'm like, you know, 3/4 of the way through my street pass games, and I'm like silently wishing that something would delay them so that I could bring in another 10 people before we left. I wish they could make it like 1,000. If they made me, like, if they were like, you know, $5 and you can have 1,000 people in your street pass at one time, I'd do it. I'd do it. Like, it's funny, at Comic-Con, I felt like there were more people with street passes and 3DSs in too many games than there were at Comic-Con. And this is the Comic-Con was years ago. I thought that like the 3DS would be, you know, more like this was a smaller con, and I figured less people cared about the 3DS, especially now that the Switch is out. So I'm like, I wasn't expecting to get so much more. Like, the green light was constantly blinking, and I'm like, holy moly. I kind of surprised at how little cosplay there was at too many games. Like, Comic-Con was filled with a lot of cosplays. You didn't get a lot of cosplays here. Like, there was a Reinhardt, I remember that. There was like some people who like kind of had a half-tails thing going. There was a creepy-ass Star Fox. Like, he had like a fox mask. Like one that, you know what I mean. There's like all around the head masks. That was kind of creepy. Fuck. I actually saw someone wearing, I'm not the Whisper shirt I'm wearing. The one I wanted to wear today just so I could make this comment, I think. But like, there's this just really generic Whisper shirt. Someone had that. A few people commented on my Whisper shirt, and I'm like, yeah, Yokai Watch. That Koma-san cosplayer was really good, though. I don't know, still regret not getting that picture. Because with Comic-Con, I was on the ball with that shit. Wow, I'm good at video games. Like, I took so many pictures at Comic-Con. I took no pictures, like none. I think the bowling alley results were the only pictures I've ever taken here. I mean, Sloth more or less had the pictures and the videos on lockdown, so I didn't feel that bad. But like, for all 3 days, I had my own digital camera ready to use, and I never used it. It was weird. I guess I'm so absorbed with, you know, all the people, because like, I only had like Will to worry about in Comic-Con, and here I had like 12 people who were all doing their own things, making their own plans, and then also the fact that there were so much more street passes, I guess. Like I was trying to get absorbed in that, and then also the Puyo Puyo Tetris event was going on, and I wanted to try to keep up on Twitter, so that, because you know, Twitter only loads like up to 8 hours at most with me. Sometimes it's like 6 hours in the main day, like the afternoon. So it's a bit absurd. They added any new puzzle pieces. There was like one when I first logged in. It's like this, it's reddish, I think. I filled that out, so we'll have to wait. $200cc, like, I don't know, it's not that bad when you're paying attention, I think. You just gotta break. Completed the puzzles like a year ago? Yeah, you probably have new puzzle pieces. Wow. Gavin. Are we even friends? Doesn't even know where Street Pass is. Tisk, tisk. But yeah, like when I went to high school, there were a few people who had their 3DSs and Street Pass, so you know, I would do that. And then I haven't used Street Pass for a good while. Like since Comic-Con actually. But then, you know, you just go to a convention or something where you know a bunch of people who are gonna have 3DSs are gonna be, and you in there. Oh, I'm good. Let's take a dive. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Kate! There's no way I'm winning that. I need to save those mushrooms for the other laps. Otherwise, that shit's impossible. Hold up. What the fuck are video games? Oh my god. I'm tilted. Oh my god. I'm tilted. Wow. Oh yeah, it was actually kind of funny. We never ended up doing the Derek Bittner one, but like I spent a while trying to think of like what question to ask him, because I did want to ask him a question, you know. I never actually thought of it. I still don't know. I'm like it has to be a unique one, like not one he would like get all the time or something. Like, what's your favorite analysis video? What was the hardest one to do? What's the longest one, you know? Like, generic shit like that, I'm not really into. I want to get, you know, interesting questions in. Actually, the curious thing about John St. John, which is, like, a very curious name, is like, I had to wonder, because he mentioned, like, you know, he wasn't really that big of a fan of his big voice, because, like, he was just kind of jumped on to do a stupid character, and he's like, well, I'll just put this together. I don't think he like listened to his big voice for years, because he was doing whenever people asked him to do his big voice, he was doing a Kermit voice. That was like straight up a Kermit voice. Yeah, he was surprised how much of a cool dude he was. I think Gaijin Gun was just like, whatever. I mean, he didn't do anything cringy or anything. It was just there. I can't do Mount Wario, can I? I'll try it, why not? Actually, I wonder if there's like any other convention. I mean, this one was really easy because it was like a 30, well, unless it was on the way back, it could be like 20 minutes. So technically, wow, nice. Like a 20 to 40 minute drive, I guess. It's like it's not that far. Like with other conventions, like Comic-Con's in New York, right? Like my cousin drove me to that one, so I didn't have to worry about driving. I wasn't even driving at that point. What the fuck? Hold on, I want to watch this. Can I watch this? Just want to see what they do. How this, like, is that actually a shortcut? Actually, hold on. Let's let them go. It's funny because this is the only setting where you'd be able to do that because there are no item boxes by that point. That's hilarious. Holy shit. Alright. I mean, I could fly out to cons. The problem is, like, I would need to ask my parents if they'd, like, pay for it. And they probably would. But I hate asking my parents for things like money and all that. So it would feel, like, rather awkward to me to do that. I mean, if there's a will, I would ask, you know. The worst thing that can happen is to say no for something so important, you know. It'd be worth trying to do. Holy shit, that was tight. But I guess it would depend where it is and what con it is and who's going. That's the most important part. Like, I would go to too many games alone because it's close. But, you know, I don't have much to lose. But I think a lot of the point of conventions is to, that was weird, meet up with your friends and all that. So, like, if no one's going, I'm probably not gonna drive to New York or take a train to New York or whatever you do to get to New York nowadays. Wow. I mean, I could have used the mushroom there, but I'm just, it's muscle memory. I'm so used to going that way. But I like, by the time I remembered about the shortcut, it was too late. I was already in the air. I don't know if you could see, I was trying to course correct there. Okay, so maybe the 200cc stuff is hard. I can't tell since I'm not entirely paying attention. Break! Nin Massim. Goodbye. What? 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 I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. Maybe I looked at my schedule. The schedule I had for too many games. Whoa. Actually, it was pretty funny because, like, there's one person on the Discord named Bunny Shy who we all know, but then she was bringing, like, her boyfriend named Jeff, and he showed up in the Discord like I don't know, like a week ago. I didn't know who he was. I'm like, all right, there's this person, and then I found out like it was Jeff at the con, and I'm like, I don't really know this dude. Like, and then I don't know, he's a really cool dude. Like, he didn't really feel like a stranger, you know? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Felt like he was a member since the dawn of Bunch of Fuckos. And there we go. I mean, for this shortcut, you really don't have to use a mushroom on 200cc, but I have 3 of them, so why not? Alright, here we go. Tree Town. Oh, I almost hit that one. Alright, Slalom Town. Just hit the brakes. Taking the curves is important. Alright, we made it. Wait, are these slaloms actually? Are the slaloms the flags that you curve through, or are they the bumps? I don't know, dude. Whoops, that was an accident. We're fine. Oh, yeah, this was actually really, you know, this is really easy if you don't make a huge ass mistake, since I didn't feel like I was really that good. But hey. What the hell? I think I'm clipping into something here. Oh, okay. I've never seen that before. Is there anything else like I wanted to buy? I feel like, well, there was like a lot of stuff I wanted to buy, I guess, but a lot of it was actually just like, I don't need this, right? Let's try it. I hate this course, but let's try it. Let's see. So I guess some shirts, like there's this engineer shirt, this TF2 engineer shirt that I figured I could get. But then I'm like, I have like I have a ton of shirts because like just before the con, I like went through all my shirts and all the shirts I could wear, like all the shirts that fit me, I sorted, and then all the shirts that didn't fit me, like just got too small because of the washing machine dryer, or I just outgrew them because I'm a fat fuck. And I would usually sometimes get large back in the old days. Now I get extra large because I like that extra space, the bagginess, you know? I love I love that. Like 200cc eliminates the worst part of the stage, which is that last turn. And one thing I kind of don't like about this game is like there are a lot of stages where like they're just shortcuts, like huge shortcuts at the very end. So, you know, if someone has a mushroom, you could get completely sniped just because they happen to have a mushroom at the very end. It's like, okay, that's great. Like having it, you know, 3/4 of the way in the lap, that's fine. Just make them do some driving before they finish the race after the shortcut. That's all I'm asking. Let's see. There were like these one thing, like there was a lot of real estate dedicated to these weird furniture things. Like they were just like giant vertical bean bags or something. And I'm like, okay, did anyone actually buy those things? Like not one in our group, but like did anyone at the con actually buy those things? Like that was really weird. They took up like three, maybe even 4 booths, like half of a block worth of space. And I'm like, okay, this is like unnecessary. Trying to think though, what else? What else was there? I never talked about that poster. I posted on Twitter the motorcycle poster. I know I got that for free. Like I don't know. I guess I was following a Twitter account, and it's like you could get this Harley Davidson poster for free. You just give them the address, and there you go. And I'm like, okay, I'll have a free poster, and I just put it up, and that was like. I think my first poster ever was the Homestar poster right above it, and then that was my second ever poster in my room. So I've been filling my room with posters and posters. Like my room is just a poster central, let me tell you. Got a wall scroll from Comic-Con up there. Oh, I didn't want to do a trick there. So like I've had this Harley Davidson poster forever. I hate motorcycles. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I could never imagine why anyone would want to ride that thing. It's like so unsafe and it looks weird. I mean, weaving through traffic is kind of nice. Now that I drive and I understand how terrible traffic is, like that's kind of nice, I guess. But like, so unsafe. I'm not winning this, by the way. Don't worry. Yeah. I can't do this turn. So I've just had this poster of, I don't know, it's like, you ever have that thing where like something in your room or like even just in your house has just been there for so long that your brain just doesn't even recognize it exists anymore? And like if it ever gets replaced, then your brain, or like if you ever get a new poster in your room or something, your brain like, it like becomes very noticeable for like the first few weeks. And then it just kind of devolves into this, yep, that's normal. I'm never gonna like really notice it's there ever or something. Like that's what the Harley Davidson poster was. I guess that's why it has existed in my room for so long, because it's just been there. So I was at the con and I'm like, well, I'm like going over the list, like what do I need to buy? It's like it would be nice to have a PS2 for the PS2 version of Ribbit King, which I also want to buy. And then of course I could get those, you know, those fucking Japanese weeb games that aren't very common. And then I'm like, well, what else do I need? You know, I could like have, because there were posters around, and I'm like, well, no, I don't need a poster. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know, it wouldn't really be too wasteful to just replace that Harley Davidson poster, because I have literally no real estate left on the walls of my room. Like, there's nothing left. I can't put anything else here. So this is terrible. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, it wouldn't be too wasteful. And the poster was only 10 bucks. I was expecting like 20 bucks. If it was at Comic-Con, it probably would have been 20, 25 bucks, I think. Here it was 10 bucks. Usually posters are like 15 bucks. It's like, it's amazing how cheap some things are. Ribbit King PS2 was like 10 bucks. It was 10 bucks. And I think if I didn't even go on Amazon to price check that one, because I figured like it's probably going to be 15 bucks. Like probably going to be 15 bucks on Amazon. That seems normal. Like, and even if it is only like, it's like, it's not going to be 5 bucks. And if it's like 7 bucks, then it's only $3. The difference, like, it's incredible. Like, I can actually like go and check that now. Well, not now, but after this. See what the Ribbit King PS2 price is. Like, I'm still like kind of flabbergasted at how fair some of these prices seemed. Some people were like kind of dumb. Like, there was a PlayStation 2 Classic, like the fat PlayStation 2, I guess people call it. Like, right after I bought Ribbit King PS2, the next booth over had the fat PS2 for 80 bucks. And I'm like, is that normal? Because that's how much the Japanese PS1 cost me, 80 bucks. So I'm like, maybe it's normal. I looked on Amazon, people were selling the fat PS2 for 50. So I'm like, well, I'm glad I looked, because I probably would have bought that just, you know, to have something to play Ribbit King on. But then yeah, I saw the, like, they were selling, the booth where I bought the Slim, they were selling the fat one for like 50 bucks and then the Slim for like 60 bucks. And I'm like, I could pay the extra 10 bucks for the Slim, like that's fine. It's probably like the cheapest I'll get it. One regret though, you know, I forgot about the memory card, so. I mean, now I probably wasn't going to be playing Ribbit King PS2 like within the next 2 days anyways, because I want to do the OJ event. It still would be nice to just have everything. New record, damn. Alright, let's see. Pat. Oh, Pat's here. What the heck? Chris, we're at the airport waiting at Morgan's Gate. Yeah, the beanbag thing was weird. Sat on one of them? Oh, I guess they were comfy then. I didn't know you were allowed to sit on them, but I guess that makes sense, right? So 20 and 50? Wait, really? Those blobs are like huge. Like some of them are like, they looked like, you know those like punching things, like where you punch it, it goes down and it comes back up? They were like shaped like those, and they were like this tall. And that's only 20 and 50 bucks? These prices are goddamn insane. Yeah, Inky he just bought like this console I didn't even know about, and then just a bunch of games. I'm like, you know what, dude, you do you. I can't think of a reason why I would want any of those, but yeah, I think you were the one who mentioned that on Twitter, and I'm like, well, I'm glad I got the Slim then, right? I really just got it for the size, and I'm like, well, maybe it's faster. Like maybe it's like, since it's later generation, they probably put better hardware in it. So I'm like, let's just pay up the extra 10 bucks. Let's see. No! Why would I ever upload that? I guess I'll try this one more time and then just switch courses, like whatever. Let's see, what time is it? 5:50. Oh, well, we're gonna have to end this soon. Oh, you know what? The thing about that convention center that sucked, there were only 2 bathrooms. One of them was in the marketplace, and it was a small bathroom, but it was a good bathroom. I'm surprised like there weren't many lines for that one. But it's in the back of the marketplace area, and the marketplace usually closed like 2 hours, like 1 hour or 2 hours before the actual convention closed. So that's 1/2 of all the bathrooms closed. Or like 2 hours of the convention. It's like, thank you. Alright, we're gonna change course though. So yeah, that's why there was like a big old line, and then apparently, you know, nerds just hate urinals or something. So, I mean, I can agree with that, since I hate them as well, but I don't even know why I hate them. I think it's just something that happened in middle or elementary school. I'll be honest, that's like why I am who I am. Just shit that happened in elementary school. People say elementary, right? Like that's why I always hear, right? But it's spelled like elementary. So, I don't know, dude. Whoa! Like I was already off track on that. Like I was taking the turn too wide, so I'm like, my muscle memory was like, what the fuck do you want me to do? This isn't right. I think I mentioned this to people though. That's the thing. Like, Mike sounded a lot different in person than he did on stream. Like I was kind of astounded. Like I didn't really know what he looked like. Like he didn't look like he did in the last pictures I've seen of him either. So I don't think I would have ever noticed him. But like his voice, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. It's been a while, I guess. But yeah, he sounded like completely different. I'm so glad everyone else was there to realize that he was Mike, because I would have never noticed. And then also he had the his laugh though. Like the moment he laughed, I'm like, that's Mike. Like you could very easily tell that was his laugh. I promise, I'm not this butt all the time. Maybe if I just be quiet, I can do it. Instead of trying to think about what to say. So you know, all these thoughts are unformed. Those go, and then go. You know, I'm not tilting enough. You know, I always do that, you know, like this shit, right? I wasn't doing it there. Wait, don't you want to go on the, you do want to go on the bottom one, right? Once again, I'm like mind flooded. Yeah, it's the bottom one. No, he doesn't put on a radio voice. It's his normal voice, it's just the mic sounds different, you know? Like, I probably sound different than I do on the streams. I'm not entirely sure. Like, someone who was at Too Many Games could probably comment on that. Yeah, you have to. Okay, that was my problem all along. I wasn't putting the energy into the tilt controls like I should be, you know? I don't even know where I want to use these fucking mushrooms. I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm done. I'm not done yet, but like, is there any like Abbey Park, Animal Crossing, Ribbon Road? Did I already do? I didn't do TikTok Clock 200cc. This is probably going to be really bad, and I'm going to embarrass myself because TikTok Clock is my favorite stage. But you know, yeah, this was a good, yeah, 2 hours, like basically 2 hour stream. And like all of it was like too many games. I figured I would like burn out of things to say, like halfway through, and then be like, well, should I play OJ? All right, I take that shortcut a lot more gracefully, I promise. Playing Mario Kart on the Switch screen. I had the full screen too. It's like fucking, I had the full screen and this controller so I could do the tilt controls. There are like some people in the room playing with half of the Switch screen with Joy-Cons. So like, when we played Mario Kart, that is. So I couldn't feel like, you know, too high and mighty, because of course I had an advantage. I was also sitting on I was sitting at a desk, and that it had a section of the desk that was like kind of higher up. So I just propped the Switch on that. I feel like I had the advantage. So I don't know if I'm actually better than a lot of people there, but what was my point anyways? All right, my point was I could, like, even with the full screen, even with the nice positioning, and even with this controller, I felt like I couldn't properly play this game. It was like kind of not infuriating, but like I'm just like, I couldn't see things sometimes. I actually mistook bananas for coins like 3 separate times. Like there's no way I could play this game without an actual television and an actual controller. Just, it would be impossible. Wait, is this the last lap though? Did I do a solo race? Oh, okay, that's why. Also, I wasn't using my mushrooms, so. I should probably call it here though. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try one more time and remember the mushrooms exist, and then I'm gonna call it here. Plays around with his voice a lot on stream. He didn't do too many of his usual voices, like his Mike, and well, that's not what he sounds like. I just don't want to be loud since there are people in the house. But like, well, I'm an idiot. Oh well, we won't take the shortcut since I forgot. Muscle memory ain't there yet. Yeah, he just kept his normal voice throughout like all of when we were meeting him. Didn't even mention Denny, thank God. Also, I feel bad because like somebody had really cool outfits. I never said anything because I figured I would like appear weird. I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't think somebody likes me too much, so that's kind of why. I don't even know why. I don't know. There are times where I want to go into the serious room and just be like, guys, I need you to fucking roast me, like for real. But then, you know, part of it's like, I don't think anyone would actually do it. I think people would just say, no, Chris, you're fine, and then in reality, it's not true. They don't want to say anything. Like when, in serious, when Dingle was like, you know, like, I'm getting too angry, you know, like, I should like really stop, and then everyone's like, no, you're fine. And then like even the people who kind of like express that, like, you know, you should like calm down, were also like that, and I'm like, it's nice to be nice, but like, I don't know, I think sometimes people are looking for actual constructive criticism. That's what constructive criticism is. Constructive, you know? And that's kind of what I want people to give me, but I don't know, like, if anyone here has any constructive criticism, fucking PM me if you need to. If you like legitimately think that new emote is like so fucking annoying, which might be the case or might not be. I try to be tolerable with it. Like, you know, tell me. I don't want to be that guy. If I say, like at the con, if I say like, we in there, what was it, like, said we in there a lot? I think I said let's go a lot, and I'm like, is that annoying? Because Dingle was doing that a lot during Mario Party, and I'm like, is that what I sound like? I don't know. Not enough full page paragraphs. Oh, you know what? Before we, they're starting with the passport. I'll host them. That the NLSS is really fun. But what did I want to say? It's actually funny. I came back. I woke up this morning. There were 8 comments. 8 comments on my Terraria review, which a lot of people downvoted, I think only because it was a, you know, a negative review on their favorite game. And a lot of the comments were like, you know, I understand where you're coming from, or like, this review actually, you know, has everything I don't like about Terraria, even though I like it. And I'm like, fine, you know, I accept that. Yeah, I've been typing paragraphs and paragraphs for those reviews, so I don't know. I don't really have too much to write paragraphs for anymore. It's more like sometimes I'll like write up a fake rant on little things just to, I don't know, just to write something. It'd be really funny, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna scoot. Hope you enjoyed the analysis, my perspective of too many games, among other things, alongside bad Mario Kart play because I wasn't focused. I will see you guys. Okay, I don't want to say anything for sure, but hopefully tomorrow, maybe, for OJ, maybe. I was gonna do OJ today, but I wanted to do all this talking. So I'll see you guys later, and then I'll host